So na nikasema hata wewe sasa nitaenda nyuma ya hii nyumba and I will curse you ukitaka kunipiga radi, it's okay. But I don't want anything to do with you, God. So when I went behind the house to curse God, I looked up like this and ndio nianze kumwambia maneno. I just felt a peace. I felt hotness. A hotness of peace, and I started worshiping. So hapo ndio nilifeel ni kama sasa everything is done. And because even the God that I thought I was serving and I was holding, hata niliona hayuko. Yeah. So I remember I was on my periods that day. And so when they were 4 of them, when they came, I think there were 5. When they came and saw that I'm alone, they raped me, all of them. And in my periods. and one of them actually dragged me with my feet outside kwa mchanga. So I was ready. I was ready for them to do anything. And they will abuse me. When raping me, they will abuse me, they will call me names. So, and they will go, wanaenda kwa nyumba ingine, they come back and they continue. Wanaenda, wanazunguka, wanarudi. Sasa hiyo nimelala kwa mchanga sasa. So when I saw watu wanaenda wakirudi, they are just around. So we decided with my neighbor, the boyfriend amekatwa is like dying. So tukadecide kuingia kwa shamba ya mahindi. So wakati tulikimbia, I think tulianguka ndani ya shimo something. I think vile walirudi hawakutuona. Tulienda tukaingia ndani ya shimo, tulikaa kwa hiyo shimo mpaka asubuhi, until wakati tulianza kusikia majirani wakikuja around sasa wakiuliza wako wapi. Because I think waliterrorize hiyo area. So kuna watu sasa wa hiyo area, hiyo village walikuwa wanaingia kwa every place waliingia. Ndio sasa wakati tuliwasikia wao ndio walitupata kwa shamba. So I had given up. Na I didn't care about everyone else and what had happened. I didn't care about my family, I didn't care about my children, I didn't care about my life, I didn't care about anything. But this one thing that nearly feeling me hurt most ni God.
Until he left you.
Hiyo kwanza ndio iliniuma sana. Niliona Mungu sasa wewe hata hauko na unasema unanipenda mimi, that's a lie. So na nikasema hata wewe sasa nitaenda nyuma ya hii nyumba and I will curse you ukitaka kunipiga radi, it's okay. But I don't want anything to do with you, God. So when I went behind the house to curse God, I looked up like this and ndio nianze kumwambia maneno. I just felt a peace. I felt hotness. A hotness of peace, and I started worshiping. I started thanking him and loving him. And the more I was doing it, the more I felt his love, the more I felt he's there. I felt that he never left. And I was worshiping him, and as I was thanking him and singing to him, I would feel like there was a healing that was happening in the inside. So my colleague was called, akakuja, wakaniambiwa nipeleke hosi counseling. But by the time they were coming, when the police walikuwa wanakuja niende nifanyiwe test and everything, I was feeling alright. I was telling them, I'm not supposed to, I'm naenda counseling ya nini. I think this thing cannot affect me. I'm fine. So waka insist. So hata wakati so nilienda nikapelekwa one of the VCT facilities nipewe dawa ya kufanya nisi anything. Yes, but nikamwambia pregnancy, I know I was in my period, so it's fine in case of any tears and everything. So nikapelekwa hosi na nikaambiwa niende counseling, but I don't think, I was feeling like nothing happened. So that particular day ndio nilipata salary yangu iliingia siku. Iliingia siku. I went and took a house, a better house now. Na later on nikikosa nilienda nikakaa. Now my friend will come and visit, and the boyfriend now that time akakuja akaanza akajaribu kukuwa close. So 2 weeks later I'm doing what? 2 weeks later ninameza zile dawa za 2 weeks later ninaamka na feel siski miguu. Na ikafika mahali nikaanza, wakati nilianza kufeel nikikanyaga chini hivi, I will feel pain na shangai pain inatoka pi, siwezi hata tembea. So we went back to hospital, nikaambiwa ni side effects za pep. So na nikauliza there's nothing you can do until umalize. So sikutembea for 2 weeks zingine. Sikuwa natembea, nilikuwa naoshwa. Siwezi kanyanga chini. I will feel pain, a lot of pain. So ningeenda either naoshwa, napelekwa choo hivyo.
Na familia yako walikuwa wanajua?
Hawajui. Remember that time ninaishi life yangu. I don't want to burden anyone with my life. The only person I have is God. Yeah, it's God. So 2 weeks later, hiyo nini kaisha. So nikaanza life. Things started opening up for me in Britain. But remember now, I don't know where my child is. I don't know what next. I'm just living. But feeling very complete. And of course, the other relationship that nilikuwa nimeanza, then ili turn out kukuwa abusive. Because that guy was already married. I didn't know he was married. That's why alikuwa anazima masimu. So ikaanza, wakati nilirealize hivyo nikitaka kutoka, it started becoming abusive. Anani physically, and anaenda ananiharibia job, anatuma emails job, singi hata enda tao. So atikwenda kuwork until now I took it legally. Nika approach a lawyer, wakanipeleka kwa wakanileta restraining order. But that particular time, remember, 3 years. Now that's a duration of 3 years. Then I receive a call. Sayo niko na simu. I receive a call from my ex-husband.
How did he get your number?
My sister. My sister. I think walipigia my sister. Because already the mother alikuwa amepiganga home. Akawambia I'm no longer with them. So in case anything happens to me, wajue hao walishajiondoa. Mi sikuwa ninajua, they had said that. My sister was the one telling me.
So your sister-in-law was the one who...
No, my sister, my real sister. So yeye ndo aliwapea namba yangu. So wakanipigia, wakaniongelesha, wakaniomba msamaha. Mi nikasema, I want my family back.
And the husband you love so much.
So the boyfriend sasa huyu hapana. So wakati alisikia ninarudi, remember it's an abusive relationship, akaanza ku-threaten back at the other one. So I think huyu aliona things, mimi I'm not ready for this. Akaanza pia kukua hesitant. So remember nimeenda, already nilienda mahali wako. Now with my, sikuwa nimeona mtoto wangu for 3 years. Naye hakuwa ameona huyu for 3 years. Na watoto wakuwa wameonana for 3 years. So wakati walionana, I was not, they were, tungia wa separate. So ikafika mahali, akaniambia niwachukue. Now at that time I was doing well. Britain had opened very well. Na sasa yeye pia job yake alikuwa amepata very nice job. So he will pay school fees, alafu akifunga, tunaenda. But this relationship was still very abusive. So I think the house girl mwenye tulikuwa naye alienda akaambia now my ex-husband what was happening with this other relationship, na sasa ameanza kumthreaten and everything. So siku moja tu watoto wakiwa holiday nilisikianga tu, but that time hata tulikuwa tumeachana kabisa because now I was pursuing this. So siku moja tu na ananiambia ameamua watoto warudi kukaa na mimi, ataishi nao and that's it.
No, like your ex-husband will live with the kids.
Sasa amechukua watoto wote, so ni kubebaki tena.
Nika umerudi kwenye ulikuwa.
Tena nimerudi kwenye nilikuwa. So and this huyu mtu amenisumbua, sasa nimempeleka kotini, ameweka restraining order, job Britain imeanza kwenda chini. So I'm not even able to fight for my children or even support them. Hata nikiwaleta sasa siwezi. Because emotionally kila kitu ili crumble chini, nikashindwa mpaka kuwaka, nikatoka sasa Kitale. I went to Nakuru. So nikiwa Nakuru sasa ndio nilienda nikarudi tena Britain.
You know, from what you experienced, you know, the rape scene and everything, do you feel like it ever affected you? Did you find yourself maybe remembering?
Imagine it didn't. It didn't, and paka sai, I think just the healing power of God. I think hiyo ni kitu haijawahi ni affect. Because even from there, after that, I will still encourage people through it. Ikuwahi ni affect. Remember hapo nyuma ya nyumba hapo? I think that's, I had an encounter that brought a healing in me. Because sikuwahi kuwa ati na zinaitwaje? Traumas, ama ati unaota, unakuta umekutwa, like hizo. Sijawahi.
Sometimes you know people who have gone through harassment ama rape, wanaanza kupata identity yao.
Exactly.
They did this because I'm worthless, they did this because I'm loud. Did it ever?
No, it never did that. But the only thing that niliona ilini affect, because even when I went to Nakuru, nilianza kuingia kwa relationships which were not healthy. And from one relationship now I conceived again my third child. So a very beautiful girl I love so much. So but the only thing that I came to understand, even my flow of relationships was the love that nilionanga sikuwa nayo all along. So there was doubt of love. As much as I knew God loved me, but that love that is so tangible. Una ile love ile tunajua ni love. Unapendwa na sister zako, unapendwa na
mtu mwenye unaambia I love you anakuambia
I love you. Yes. Yes. So I think that was the missing I think that's where I was looking for the love. And that was what was determining even my relationships. So hata nidanganywe. Niingie tu kwa relationship na nionyeshwe mapenzi kidogo, nipewe attention, nipewe nini. It's not those two small things. I will feel this is what I want and I will hold on to it. So uko abused, umeshika tu. It's not a healthy relationship, but as long as you are with someone there, that is what I think ili lead sana kwa unhealthy relationships.
And also the fear of abandonment.
And yes, hiyo kuachwa, unaogopa uachwe.
Do you actually feel like this actually started when your mom died?
Exactly.
And maybe your parent did not take time to actually allow you guys to just process what just happened.
Yes.
It's like after the death, another marriage, and then everything was just
Yeah. And unfortunately, the sad point is, it took years. So una go through something because you become a victim of circumstance based on one thing that you missed. And you never realize that is what you were missing. So by the time, now that self-awareness, by the time unakuja kuelewa, umepitia 20 years, 25 years, so that you start correcting. You start this is what was missing. This is what made me do this and make these decisions and all that. And that's why I usually say knowledge and truth, it's very key when it comes to living a healthy life. Access of truths and good information.
Can you maybe say that sense of, awareness?
Yes,
really being able to understand
actually
what's actually happening.
Because I don't think hata tulikuwa tunajua vitu ka self awareness. Hiyo time so unangangana na life. Kenye inakam it's hapo ndo una make decision. If it's mtu akikwambia anakupenda, aujui anafanya nini, aujui anatoka wapi, anakutreat vile anataka, you're still holding to that relationship because you don't know what you deserve. You don't know where you are at. You don't know what you are.
I'm just laughing because that aspect of people just holding on to relationships is something that's so rampant.
Yes, a relationship. And because I've been able to, there's a time I had a ministry of ladies, and I was dealing with prostitutes to street women, and na wale tu wenye wanalipangwa 50 bob wapate kitu ya kukula. So I will go and minister the love of God and show them there's another life, because and most of their stories they became victims of circumstance. Either parents wake walikufa, ama either aliolewa akiwa mdogo akapata watoto kama watatu, bwana akakufa, the in-laws came, took everything, akajipata kwa environment fulani, akaona the only way lady survives there ni either you are ni kujiuza. So and they thought that is the norm. Yeah. And wakaingia na wakajua this is the end of life, this is the end, this is what I'll use to feed my children, and this is it, there's nothing good. And in that I realized they're so talented and so skilled. So I was, by the grace of God, I was able to see some transform. I was able to see some transform, and that was just to change their mindset and show them, no, that's not you. Because you were never like that in the first place. It's just that things happen and happen and happen, and then you found yourself that. But ukikumbuka kitambo, haukuwa hivyo, unajiuza ndio you feed your children. Unakuta other ladies wanasema, no, enough is enough. I'm taking my children to orphanage. Me, I kill myself.
Oh no.
Ama no, I'm taking my children to an orphanage, because all those things nilikuwa ninataka sana. And then, you know, I had lost. I had the picture of a perfect family. I had started my own family. I'm no longer with my children. I have another child. I want that family. I want a family set up. Those are the things that were missing. I felt they were missing, and I really wanted. They were my needs. Ninataka my children. I want just that perfect family that I saw with my parents when I was growing up. So I was wondering, are my children okay? Is my ex-husband taking good care of them? Why can't I be with them? Fine, aliniwacha. You know, bado uko na zile machungu aliniwacha. Nini, you know, uko bado in the mixture. As much as some things are working out, but kuna roots, issues haziko sorted. Number one, I don't know anything about myself. I may see things working out job-wise, but kuna kitu nilikuwa ninajua sijui. Kuna kitu najua sahi sikuwa najua then. I was not knowing myself. I didn't know what I wanted in life. I didn't know what kind of a relationship I wanted. I didn't know anything about me, about my needs. So everything, my choices, sikuwa na principles, sikuwa na boundaries. Anything that comes that looks good,
it's allowed.
It's allowed because sijajidefine, or rather kuna vitu zimeni-define and I'm not even aware.
And there is something I had Miles say, I think you shared in the video. Alikuwa anasema that anything you allow, you are responsible.
Miles who?
Miles Monroe. That anything you allow, you are responsible for it.
Yeah. Anything you allow, you're responsible. Na haijuangi uko kwa situation ama you are a victim. Anything that comes. So it is very, very important that this generation will get it. Maybe someone that is in there, they can trace back. What and maybe ask, ni nini need yangu? Because is it that validation you want? Is it love? Then you can be able to go back and see the missing link. And even if you need to get help from someone that understands, go and get help. Because nakwambia, by the time you realize it's 20 years you have made wrong choices, umekuwa na consequences za those choices, responsibility ya kubebana na that burden ya choices zako, it's too expensive than even going and finding help. And if you need to know anything about self-awareness, anything about yourself, you'd rather reach out and maybe someone find that knowledge or find that information so that you avoid the rest of the years making the same mistakes and going difficult situations that can even cause death.
And I think that's why we have mentors, so that you cannot make the same mistakes they did.
So maybe to cut the story long story short.
Or maybe you can tell us what was the turning point.
Okay. So I think to cut the long story short, events in that bado kuna mistakes nilifanya. Kuna so many things that zili happen, so many events. Nimeshikwa, nimekuwa Lang'ata 3 a month. Nimekuwa Lang'ata a month. nimevaa hizo nguo za laini na nimeshuka lines. Unaongelea mtu kwa waya.
I think your life is at the point where kuna comedian alisema ati when you're complaining about your problems and then you meet Jesus, alafu awambie okay then put your problems on the floor. Ati alafu awambie okay haya pick them up. Ati utapata yako mtu ameshachukua na akakimbia nayo. Because you got yours was worse.
Yes. So kumekuwa na events because my life is full of unajikuta uko juu tena unarudi chini, a situation comes you go back. So hizo situations ndio zilikuwa zinakuja una feel sasa ni kama life, so many events zilikam una feel ni kama una give up. Like I had mentioned, I think I tried committing suicide like thrice. Kuna time nilitaka kujipeana kwa lori Nakuru highway, then someone came and pulled me back. Kuna time nimejaribu kukunywa mara moja, nimekunywa actually sikujaribu, nilikunywa mara moja 100 na nikakunywa na Viceroy na nikalala.
Ukaamka vizuri.
Unaamka umeshangaa God.
Nasikia tu kichwa ni mzito. Yeah. So, but all these things are happening because of some missing links. Some missing links. So, I can say that kwa hii journey kuna mtu amekuwa constant. God. God. As much as hizi vitu zote zina happen, hizi situations niko kwa God. So kuna vile nina engage God na ananivalidate even in the midst of situations. Ninaenda church ama ninaenda nakutana na watu wenye wananiambia more truth about life, about a situation. Unakuta the moment una overcome one, kuna kitu unajua. That's the good thing about going through issues. Going through issues, by the time you're overcoming one, you are wiser. Kuna kind of information umegather ama kuna kind of experience imekuticha lesson that hauwezi rudia, ama there's something new you have learned that keeps you ama inakufanya more wiser, ama inaacha positive impact. There's one Sarah Jakes. There's something I listened to her and it was very important that she said. Alisema sometimes there are two things that happen when you're going through a situation. What you learn from the situation and what you come out with. And you can come out with a negative and a positive, but what do you concentrate on? Because sometimes, for example, when my mom died, from that situation nilitoka na a negative, kulikuwa na positive things, but a negative thing ndio nilishikilia that changed my entire life. So a situation, you can be a victim of a circumstance, ama unaweza jipata uko kwa situation ama a challenge. Don't come out of a challenge with a negative response. Because upon you, even the devil gets us. Because the moment toka na positive response. Toka na positive response. Because challenges will always be there. Situations will always be there. Things will happen. Bad things will happen. But how you're coming out of that situation? Unatoka ukiwa aje? That is what matters. And what are you carrying? Yeah, what are you focusing? So if you because for example, like that time nilikuwa jela, nilikaa 1 month kwa jela. Nilianzisha ka Bible study.
Oh wow.
Hakuna unajua huko nyinyi whether umeekelewa ama hujaekelewa, according to huko tulikuwa tunaita madam. According to madam, na the other inmates wewe ni
Mko the same.
makosa ulifanya. Unaona, and you will be treated as a victim. Not a victim, you'll be treated
As a criminal.
Yes, as a criminal. So uendai kujitetea sikufanya hata kuna mtu mwenye anasemanga hivyo. To the eyes of the society,
You're guilty.
to the eyes of everyone around, you are guilty. So it's either utoke, by the time unatoka from that situation, unatokanga ukiwa aje. That is what is important. How you change the environment of your system, your belief system, matters a lot. Unaweza toka ukiwa broken, unaweza toka ukiwa rebellious, unaweza toka ukiwa... But that's a choice that someone makes when coming out of a situation. Ama when you're in that situation. Unafaa uangalie the positive part, then utoke nayo. Because from there, in fact, women were calling me wenye walikuja wakatoka later. Wanatoka wanaambia Judy, 60 years old, 50 years old, they still call me for mentorship.
Even in that situation, ulitumika in your purpose.
Yes, in my purpose. But yani, unatoka na something positive. It did not break me. As much as it was a tough situation, it did not break me. Na kulikuwa na ningechoose ni break. Ama ningechoose kutoka na negative part of it. But nilichoose what I'll carry out with, so that the cycle will not. Because inaweza fanya life ikuwe more difficult. Una make another choice. I was approached even there. Unakuta mtu anakuambia, by the way, ulishtakiwa na nini? Anaona, wewe unaweza tusaidia kwa ile cartel yetu ya nini, ya kuterrorize watu. Wewe, in fact niliambiwa, wewe tu kazi yako itakuwa kushika gun. Kushika tu gun. Ukitoka, kazi yako tu ni kushika gun. Atuanange. Kazi yako tu ni kushika gun, unaangalia kama kuna watu wanakuja, lakini nini. So uko na choices. But it's you to choose how you're going. Sikuwa ninajua hiyo, but unakuta because of another situation nilitoka, I'm filled with a wisdom that ninajua that's not the path I'll want to go. So hata it's not a negotiable thing. Hiyo road unaacha, unaendelea, you choose another path. But singefika hapo kama sija go through, sija overcome the other situations. Na nimejirealize. As much as we are going through issues, tunaenda tukirealize who are we. We are accessing good information. You unaenda through a good church that teaches the word of God. You're going to a church, maybe wanaletanga other mentors wenye wanafunza kuhusu self-awareness, wanafunza kuhusu finances. They have that balance. They wanafunza kuhusu relationships. Unaenda. So I found that even now in the church, church ile niko, Jubilee Christian Church. So unakuta all that they are building you up. Bado tuko kwa situations zina happen, but kuna kitu inaingia. Kuna seeds zinaplantiwa. Even when a situation comes, you know how to handle it. Another situation comes and you're coming out of it. It is making you wiser. It is making you stronger. And unaona, and you can be able even to relate with someone. Maybe I have met so many people that are going through what I have already gone through. And me talking to them in a farm peer, and nasema, by the way, I came out of this situation because of this and this and this and this. This is what you can be able even to counsel. You can be able even to give them the truth that you can see can transform, that can change their belief system and make a right choice. Now, by the way, I think I'm good enough. By the way, I think I don't need, this choice is wrong. I think, you know, and unakuta, even as you are ministering to others, you are becoming more stronger. Na unakuwa kuna vitu sasa uwezi fanya, kuna choices uwezi fanya na unajijua. Unaendelea kujijua. So my turning point, I can't say ilikuwa wapi exactly, because it was gradual. Ni seeds zilikuwa zinaplantiwa,
and then the right environment.
The right environment. I started reading books, listening to sermons. Yes, ninasikiza hizi nini zinahitaji motivations, you know. So I had access of good information that zilikuwa zinaendelea zikini build up. And sometimes it's also good to share. You share and then una find out there's someone who knows about this, what you're going through. Kuna mtu anajua, unaweza mpe story yako, ajue ni nini unakosa. Ama akupatia an information that when you apply it, unaona, oh, so it was this simple. So also sharing with other people that you can trust, and when unajua they can give you good information concerning what you're going through, because situations they to make. So I usually tell people, you don't have to go through something for you to learn. You can learn from those who have gone. You can learn from those that have gone through. Yeah.
Mtu asiseme ile point yenye ulikuwa ni maisha yangu.
Ati ni maisha yangu. Kenya kita happen. No. Ati we learn through experience. No. Sometimes you can learn through those people that have experienced. Yeah. And so that you can be able to avoid.
The problem with kusema ni maisha yangu is that always mtu anakuanga katikati. You have people you look up to and you have people who are looking up to you. So when you say ni maisha yangu and then kitu ikupate kitu mbaya, all these people who are looking at you, it will be a generational effect because you couldn't sit and learn from someone who had to go through it. So wewe uko spared. So nikuulize, when ulipata hii self-awareness and identity, what are some of the changes zenye zime-happen, zenye you can pinpoint?
Okay, so what happens when it comes to self-awareness, like I said, it's not only self-awareness. Ikujangi kama hiyo package. Inakujanga na the belief system that you create, that you build. Your belief system. What are you? What is your belief system? Nini system yako, vitu zile unaamini. Unaamini nini?
It's actually it's right, cause what you believe is what you think, is what you feel, is what you do.
It's what you do. So like I said, these things are zilikuja too gradual because nili access good information which I believed and created and make a builder a good belief system. So I can say, number one, when it comes to relationships, I don't run to a relationship because I want the love. Yes, I don't want the love. Because ninajua that love inaweza isha. Ama naweza fanya kitu ile, naweza identify kama si love. Anaweza niambia kitu nione, you see love. So at that particular time, what do you do? But I know I'm enough. I know I'm enough. By the vile nime build system yangu, ninajua I'm enough the way I am. So it's okay. I can live with a husband and still be fine. I can still live alone.
And you'll be
Still be fine. That's very important.
And still be okay. So those things ndo zimechange. So unakuta I can be able even to know and understand. Nikiingia kwa relationship, najua this is an abusive relationship. Na nime put boundaries and principles. Ninajua kuna path siwezi fuata. By the grace of God, married men don't attract me. By the grace of God. Because hiyo ni principle, hiyo ni boundary nimeweka. And it is by the grace of God, because he's the one who keeps us.
Yeah.
He's the one who keeps us from falling. So it is all by the grace of God. And amenisaidia kuweka that kind of principle and that kind of boundary. Because ninajua any need God anaweza niwezesha mimi kuachieve.
Actually, like what you're saying about that aspect that you've mentioned, that it's really the grace of God, where you realize that sometimes you may actually need that help. You know that sometimes you may not be able to control circumstances. There are points even like before you actually start learning something, that grace empowers you to actually just be in the right place at the right time. And be able to honestly overcome. Sometimes you can't necessarily explain, even psychologically explain how something just happens. But sometimes you just need that grace to empower you to overcome. And then you better, hata afadhali learn mbele. But lakini grace to ikubebe, ikusaidie.
And that is where even spiritual identity is very important. I think we spoke about it last time. Spiritual identity, who are you? Because you didn't just appear. There's someone who created you. There's someone who thought about you and brought you into being. Who has your life like this? Alianzisha na anajua tamwisho. So that spiritual identity, you have to believe on that. Because hapo ndio unapata that completeness. Hiyo completeness. For example, I'm not perfect. There are times I'm weak. There are times I feel strong. There are times unasikia unaweza blanda. But wakati unafeel hivyo, na hiyo knowledge yote unajua, ama that small knowledge you know how to avoid, this, hiyo yote unajua, but unajikuta ni kama unaenda hiyo direction. You're still going to that wrong direction. But now that is where now God comes and gives and the spiritual identity inakwambia na grace ya God hivyo vile unasema inakubeba tu
ukiwa tu hapo kwa identity, maybe speak to someone mwenye amepita through the same things or maybe even worse. Because utapata wengi wanapita and they're out of that situation, but they have let those things define them. Kuna mwingine yako hapo hajui aanze wapi. Maybe anataka kujiua leo usiku ama kesho, ama they are planning, you know. So what would your advice be to them?
Okay, my advice would be, you will feel like that. And it's okay. Those thoughts, kama ni suicidal, they'll come. Utafika mahali, ufeel enyewe this is hopeless. Unafeel mahali, unasema enyewe this is my lowest. Inafika mahali, unaona enyewe hapa, sina njia ingine. This is it. That feeling, those emotions, those thoughts will always be there. They will always come. But my take, or what I can say, because I've been there myself, there's always a way out.
There's always hope, right?
Yes, there's always, in everything. There's, no matter how difficult a situation is, no matter how hopeless and impossible a situation is, imagine there's a way out. there's always a way out. And that is what keeps me. Si ati hata na self awareness ama na nini ama kujua ama kupitia mingi ama kulearn from experience vitu zingine ati challenges hazitakuja na ufeel hivyo. Utakuwa na feel hivyo. But what keeps me, by the grace of God, I always know hata hii situation ngumu hivi najua kuna njia. Ninajua there is a way out. Hakuna kitu inaweza happen ile haijawahi happen.
There is nothing new under the sun.
Yes, there is nothing new under the sun. Na sio wewe. The principle, actually this is a principle of life. Whatever you are going through, imagine someone else has already gone through that and overcame. Dunia yote hiyo situation ngumu hivyo, hiyo kuna mtu sio wewe first na sio wewe last. Actually that is a principle of life. No situation is new under the sun, and in no situation ati wewe ndio wa kwanza kukuhapenia. Wewe ni just one of the many. So most people wame come out of it. So remember, even when you're feeling hopeless, when you're feeling discouraged, when you're feeling suicidal, no, there is a way out. It just needs you to know that then, and ask, what is the way out? Ama, how do I go through this? Because there is a way even for you to go through it. Yeah.
And as you said, looking at the positive.
Yes, look at the positive.
The positive thing is just you being alive that day.
Exactly. And then, me personally, God has worked wonders. Yeah, God has just worked wonders. Yani huyo tu namshikilia. Ushaona mtoto ameshikilia skati ya mama yake chini hivi, hivyo. Unamshikilia hivyo because on a personal level, God has done wonders in my life. Has been so faithful. So faithful. Na imefika place hakuna life ingine mimi naweza ishi isipokuwa ya God. Hata niteleze. Nitoke kando. He's the one who keeps me. He's the one I want. I know hakuna life ingine naweza ishi because that is the source of my joy. That is the source of my peace. That is the source of my inner strength. That is the source of my life. That is what I hold on to. Because ninajua a man can fail. I have experienced that. Your father, your mother can leave. Your own husband, mwenye umezaliwa watoto can go. Your own children can be far away from you. But he remains constant. He remains constant and he allows you to draw strength. Ile ya strength ulitumia jana, ana renew. Anakusurvivisha na strength ya leo. Kesho, anakupete na new strength. Right. So even when you feel everything is done completely, hopeless, suicide, shikilia tu basi God. Hata kama hakuna reason ingine ya kushikilia. Shikilia tu God. Hata kama uamini ati ata come through. Amini tu ni faithful. Amini tu ni faithful. Useme, wama umwambie tu God. Because I remember, let me say this. I remember, hiyo time nilikuwa ninataka kujipeana kwa lori. Someone pulled me. Akaniambia, unataka kukufa wewe? Make sure nimeenda nimepanda mat. Actually alinidanganya anaenda side ile naenda. So wakati mat ilikuja, because mimi I was to go back. Nilikuwa nimesema hata univute ninarudi kwa hiyo barabara.
Nimekata kauli.
So wakati nilipanda matatu nikashangaa kwani hapandi na amesema anaenda na mimi. Akaniambia wacha nikuje na hiyo next. So wakati nilifika home, I broke down Because by the time unafika mahali unaona hautaki kuishi tena, nothing makes sense. Hauna encouragement, hauna kitu unaweza shikilia ile inaweza kukeep alive. Hakuna. By the time mtu ako hapo suicidal, hakuna kitu ingine inaweza make sense ya kukuweka. Everything inakanga darkness.
My goodness.
Everything inakanga darkness. So huwezi ambia mtu, huwezi tafuta kitu ile unaona iko na light. Hakunanga light. Ni darkness, life is done. So unaonanga hakuna kitu ingine. There's nothing I'm living for. So I broke down kabisa. I remember nilienda kwa room yangu. Nikaambia God, just as simple as with my tears, I told him, just show me you are near. Nionyeshe tu uko hapa. Nionyeshe tu uko karibu. Hiyo tu itanipatia hope ya kuishi. Ukinionyesha tu uko hapa. Ukinionyesha tu niko hapa, I will live.
And he did, right?
And he did.
Yeah.
He did, and I heard his voice.
Wow.
I heard his voice. Ikiniambia, go get the Bible. Nikachukua simu, nikasikia not on the phone. Ile ya nini? The hard copy. I reached out. That was an audible voice. So nikachukua nikaiyekelea kwa laps and nikauliza, okay, so where do I open? Akaniambia, just open like this. Just open like this. So nilifanya tu hivyo. Kufungua hivi, nikaona verse, sitaisahau. Jeremiah 31, verse 11. And the Lord has delivered Jacob from the hand that is stronger than him. That was my turning point. Na akaniambia, I have whatever it is.
I have delivered.
Yes, that thing that is so stronger, that looks stronger than you, I have delivered you. Put your name where Jacob is. And I started declaring, and the Lord has delivered Judy from the hand that is stronger than her. And that's, my tears dried. What was making me commit suicide became useless. Became useless, and believe me, it never bothered me again till to date.
Wow.
Till to date. It has never bothered me. It has never been an issue. It has never been an issue. Hata nipate challenge gani, that one has never been an issue. Because the Lord delivered me. And I felt him, so unaweza kuwa in that situation, everything is dark, you have nothing to hold on to. You just want to die and go. There is one that is constant. And maybe he's just waiting for you to ask.
Amazing. Wait, time. Imeenda sana. I think we'll have a part 2 of this when you're ready to share the
deep things.
The deep things. Because that is just, I think, the icing on the cake.
Yes, they are deep things, yeah.
So when you're ready to share.
But I can say, so far so good.
So far so good.
So far so good. It's from one glory to another, from grace to grace, one glory to another. Hatujafika na God hajamalizana na sisi, ndio ameanza tu. Yeah, so it's from one glory to another, one glory to another. Na tunakubali Mungu atutengeneze. Na tunakubali tu hearts zetu zifunguke kwa God atusaidie.
Wow, Doc. And we are winding up. Utuambie, I don't know when you take the whole story, what has been running through your mind? I think haukuwa na any chance ya kuuliza maswali and maybe even share from a doctor's point of view. So maybe unaweza tu share something as we wind up.
Oh my goodness. I don't actually think there's even a doctor's point of view at this point. But I think one of the things that I can mention, and I can say it's really important, even like in my profession, we understand that there are things that are beyond any, you know, like explanation or even like any sort of help. There's some things you definitely need to know, that you have somebody who's watching over you. That aspect of grace you can never like at one point be able to get specific solutions for everything. But when there is that aspect where you know you have a God and there is grace that's helping you, because when there is no psychologist, what are you going to, or what if the psychologist cannot help you? And that even in such a situation, honestly, to be frank, there are situations where you need to hold on to God or allow him to hold on to you and grace to carry you through. So even as a profession, you know, I'm so proud of the fact that, you know, you had the permanent, constant solution that will carry you through anything. Even as you're getting, you know, like, he's also helping you to know some things like self-awareness. He's helping you even heal from that thing, being aware that, you know, you are hurt, but you know what? I am with you. You are
and
no
the
longer.
spiritual identity really worked well on you. That spiritual identity.
So I can just say that I think everything has just fallen into place. You already knew exactly, but it's a journey as well. It's not necessarily a destination, but allow yourself to actually take that journey and allow that grace to heal you and help you, you know.
Wow, I think today we've had it all. We've had abuse, we've had sexual assault, we've had rejection and grief, and I think a bit of depression.
There's a lot of anxiety.
And ati hiyo yote, you know, we discuss this kwa kila every topic kwa segment yake, and ati leo tumekuwa na mtu mmoja mwenye has gone through all that. I think you have to be the most resilient person I've ever met. And as Jave has said, Missy G, I'm lost for words. I think there is that higher person.
You have to have that faith.
The rock that is higher than you. That is higher than any doctor. Mwenye unajua like anakupea hiyo identity. And if someone is out there and maybe they are going through the same or worse, you are not alone and you don't have to go through it alone. Reach out to someone, reach out to us. M&M Foundation is here to help. You can come out and share your story if you're ready, and you can reach to us through the numbers and the email given on the description below, and you will have someone to walk with you. If you'd like to walk with maybe someone like Judy who has gone through what you have gone through, she's here to help. If you'd like to go through it with a professional person, we have therapists, we have a whole B&M safe zone and good news. Good news. Yes. Good news counseling farm. We have doctors who are ready to help. So don't go through it alone. Reach out to us, and for sure you shall be helped. Please share and like and continue subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much, Judy and Doc, for showing up today. This show would not have been the same without you.
Thank you so much.
That's it from us. See you next time. Kwaheri.
Thank you so much. All right.
My name is Judy Muko, and I'm a music minister also. So I have released some beautiful, powerful songs that can inspire you and can have an impact in your spiritual life, and you can worship through those songs and they can be such a blessing to you. So to find those songs or to listen to those songs, I have a YouTube channel that is called Judy Mugo. Yes. So subscribe, like, and just put a comment there. Just say that you ulisikiza show, ukaenda kwa YouTube channel. It will be very, very good. Be blessed.